morning.
Thank you. I welcome you all for this Indian section online platform. Today, our speaker is Sister Aban Patel, and topic is very interesting topic. So let us start with the universal invocation, followed by short meditation. Let us think of the ultimate reality which is within and without us also, everywhere. Just observe silence. O hidden life, vibrant in every atom.
Atom.
O hidden life, vibrant in every
atom.
O hidden light, shining in every creature.
O hidden light,
shining in every creature.
O hidden love, embracing all in oneness.
O hidden love, embracing all in oneness.
May each who feels himself as one with thee,
May
each who feels
himself
as one with thee,
know he is also one with every other.
know he is also
one with every other.
Just be silent for a moment. The Sister Aban Patel, very well-known figure in Maharashtra, particularly Bombay. She joined Blavatsky Lodge, Bombay. As well as she is a member of managing committee of Blavatsky Lodge, Bombay. She is also subsequently member of Shanti Lodge, Mumbai. At present, she is the president of Shanti Lodge, and she has been regularly taking classes at a Bombay Lodge, means Blavatsky Lodge, Bombay. She is also member of Bombay Theosophical Federation. She is a very deep student of Theosophy. I heard her during Taroj's program some few months back. So I requested her to take up this subject for the Indian section online program. So her subject today is very interesting book, that is a Principle of Theosophical work written by I.K. Taimini. As you all know that we are all student of Theosophy, not only but workers, Theosophical workers, to serve the world, outside world, serve the life around us, as well as to serve or know who I am. So here her subject is two interesting topics relating to the chapter 4, inner life and indispensable qualities. So with this very short introduction, I invite Sister Aban Patel to present her talk to us. Welcome, ma'am.
Thank you, Brother Pradeep, for your nice words. It encourages me when a little appreciation is there. Now, I start my talk first with my Zoroastrian prayers. Ayya yasa manangaha Ustano justo rafedraya Mainayush mazda pauravim Spengayasha Vispengashotana Vangehush Karatum Manangahoya Kaseni Visha Gaurucha Urwane. Meaning, to him I pray with humble, grateful heart and hands uplifted for the perfect bliss. O Mazda's Holy Spirit, first I pray through Asha, so true knowledge I gain, and to Vahumano's loving wisdom too, and thus bring solace to the soul of the earth and to the world at large. Thank you. At the outset, I thank Brother Pradeep Mahapatra, the National Lecturer of Indian Section, Theosophical Society, Varanasi, for giving me this opportunity to speak today to this august gathering on Zoom platform. I bring greetings from Bombay Theosophical Federation, Blavatsky Lodge, Mumbai, and Shanti Lodge, Mumbai. We all who have gathered here today are Theosophists or Theosophists in the making. But if a question is asked by a layman, what is Theosophy? Our answer will be ancient wisdom, sacred knowledge of the wise, or Brahma Vidya. Correct? Then the next question will be, who is true Theosophist? The short answer will be, I'd say short answer will be, the person who knows and follows the three objects of Theosophy, namely brotherhood of humanity, study of comparative religion, philosophy, and science, and investigation of unexplained laws of nature and powers latent in man. Okay. But I ask myself, are all these three objects achievable in one lifetime? My answer will be maybe, maybe not. So the next question is, what do we need to understand all these three objects? The answer is knowledge, qualifications, and preparation to do the work as a good Theosophist. No knowledge or wisdom will come to us, humans, without learning, studying, and most important, putting that knowledge into practice. So, therefore, if we as workers wish to spread the knowledge of Theosophy, we need to read the books and prepare a plan, a blueprint, as we say, and systematically study the books written by our elders, imbibe this knowledge, and then impart the sacred knowledge to our kin. Here, I would like to quote what Madame Blavatsky has to say in her book, The Key to Theosophy. I quote, when she was asked whether it is a duty of every member of TS to teach others and preach Theosophy, she affirmed, and I quote, "No fellow has a right to remain idle on the excuse that he knows too little to teach, for he may always be sure that he will find others who know still less than himself. And also, it is not until a man begins to try to teach others that he discovers his own ignorance and tries to remove it. What a beautiful way of saying it. My subject of today's talk is in continuation of Brother Shikhar Agnihotri's talk of last Sunday, 7th November 2021, on the book Principles of Theosophical Work, written by Dr. I.K. Taimni, Chapter 4, Part 1. Necessity of acquiring knowledge and specialization. Now I will continue to speak about Part 2 of the same chapter with reference to inner life 1 and 2nd, indispensable qualities. Inner life. What is inner life? Inner life means to know who we are. We are not mere physical bodies with a tag of caste, religion, color, gender, etc. C.W. Leadbeater in his book Inner Life Part 1 has said, first, man must realize that he is not his physical body. He is not his feelings. And further on, still, that he's not even his mind. This brings him eventually to the realization that he is the ego or soul. And still later on, he realizes that even that ego is only apparently separate, and that there is in reality but one transcendent unity. As we have the last verse in our universal prayer, "O hidden love," we just recited that, and we always recite, "O hidden love, embracing all in oneness, may each who feels himself as one with thee know he is one with every other." We all know that man has 7 bodies, 3 upper tri, Atma, Buddhi, Manas. And these are the permanent ones. We come with these bodies birth after birth. And the 4 lower quaternary, which are destroyable once our breathing stops. They are calm, astral, prana, energy or vitality, linga sharir, that is subtle, and sthula sharir, gross physical. To reach the highest consciousness, we have to start with physical consciousness and gradually ascend to the astral, then to mental, then to Buddhic, and last to the Atmic. As a worker, we may not reach the highest consciousness, but once we are aware that man has to reach the highest consciousness sooner or later, we become mindful of our thoughts, speech, and action. And so gradually our latent spiritual faculties start developing. the effectiveness of the work that we do for the Theosophical Society, or for that matter, any spiritual movement like ours, depends not only on our knowledge, not only on our training, but also to a very great extent upon what we are. That is, on the extent to which we have unfolded our latent spiritual faculties and acquired that power of influencing people about us, irrespective of the spoken word. It is observed that people are not generally influenced by what we say, but by the power and subtle influence at the back of those words. They may admire a brilliant speaker for his oratory and may be influenced temporarily when a strong appeal is made to their emotions, but the effect does not last and is never, ever very deep, unless it is matched to their emotions. But the effect, unless it is matched with the speaker's sincerity, earnestness, and more direct expressions of spiritual nature, is such that even long after such persons' words and actions influence our life. A theosophical worker has not only to influence the minds and emotions of people around him, but has to arouse to some extent those latent spiritual principles in them, which are known as Buddhi and Atma in our literature. The awakening of these principles, in some measure at least, can give them the capacity to perceive truths of the higher life, to change their outlooks, and to tread the path of inner unfoldment. It is necessary for us all to realize that we can communicate to others only what we ourselves possess, and no amount of talking and lecturing can enable us to exercise this dynamic spiritual faculties within our own self if it is still slumbering. To touch and arouse their deeper intuitions and aspirations, we must ourselves be spiritually awake and trying to live the inner life of the spirit. This process of inner enfoldment, which is going on very slowly in the case of every one of us, can be accelerated only by sadhana, which systematically discipline our lower nature and help progress development of our spiritual faculties. Here I would like to quote to the best of my ability Gita's Shlok 61 of chapter 2. Tani sarvani sayamya yukta asita mataparaha vashehi yasyendriyani tasya pragya pratisthata. Meaning, इसलिए साधक को चाहिए कि वह उन संपूर्ण इंद्रियों को वश में करके समाहित चित्त हुआ मेरे परायण होकर ध्यान में बैठे, क्योंकि जिस पुरुष की इंद्रियां वश में होती है, उसी की बुद्धि स्थिर हो जाती है. Now, what are the elements of this self-discipline? What are those special qualities that we should make part of our life, our character? Brother Pradeep, please show the books that are on the table, the image of the books.
Okay, I have to share it. Just a few.
Okay, so I'll carry on.
You require sharing now or at the end?
No, I would like if you can put these books now. Otherwise, if you can't, let it be. I'll carry on.
No. I am just sharing. Just a moment.
1 minute. I'll wait.
Yes.
Oh, yeah, yes. Thank you very much. So, answer to this question is to read the literature. See, so many, no, these are only few books, but there are so many books that our elders have written. They are just lying in the cupboards. We must try to take them out one by one, and whatever little we can, we must read. Answer to this question, what we should do is first to read literature, the great works of our masters and elder brethren who have so painstakingly left behind for us and try understand these concepts. Second, attend the schools of wisdom which are arranged by the authorities. Third, listen to the talks and attend the seminars arranged for us at various centers. And last, but not the least, try to put in practice all that touches our hearts and minds so that slowly but steadily our inner enfoldment takes place. Now, I will speak about certain points which may help us to tread the path and find our higher qualities gradually blossoming forth. These steps are normally exercised by all spiritually inclined people. Indispensable qualities. Sorry. Though it is not possible to deal here with the bigger and more comprehensive problem of self-culture, it is perhaps necessary to draw the attention of the earnest worker to a few special qualities that are almost indispensable in theosophical work and the absence of which mars the usefulness of many ardent workers. These qualities one should try to acquire in sufficient degree as quickly as possible so that effectiveness as a worker may be commensurate with his capacities and desires to help. They are as under. So the first quality a worker like me or many of us should have initiative. First is initiative. Although the work of the society is done through an organization and there is a machinery in every section for carrying out its plans, it is necessary that it has to depend upon individual members scattered throughout the world to push forward its work to reach in remote corners wherever the lodges are situated. This needs hard work and the power of taking initiative, which characterizes all pioneers. Whosoever starts any job, any work, any lodge, any school has to put in a lot of elementary work so that the success will be later on come. Without this driving power, it would be difficult to reach out to all by the workers who pledged himself to dispel human ignorance and bring light of heaven to earth and to achieve definite results. Here I think if we set up goals to reach certain level of work, it will help us a lot. Goals are planned objectives that an organization tries to achieve. There can be short-term goals as well as long-term goals. But before setting up the goals, all the members of the lodge or the federation sit together and discuss with their plan, what their plans are. For example, if we need to improve the theosophical knowledge of the members, we can take study classes. Now we have to discuss which book we shall take, of which author we shall take. And when the consensus is reached, we should work. For another example, I can give you increase in membership. Decide on numbers, how many new members we will add during 1 year or 1 quarter or whatever it is. For this, we must study the concept of goals done by corporators and companies, which is known as SMART goals. S stands for specific. M stands for measurable. A stands for attainable. R stands for relevant. And T stands for trackable and time-bound. So this is the way we have to work. I cannot go much in detail because it is one subject in its own. It may take almost 30 minutes to 40 minutes if I have to talk about goals. So I leave it here and we can take it up some other time. Pradeep bhai, we can take this about goals later on, if you permit. Now, these goals give us impetus to reach certain height, to reach certain level of our work. Otherwise, since we are all volunteers, we may take it in a slipshod manner, which should not be done. Once we enter the institution to work voluntarily, we have to put in all our efforts. Then we can't say it is a voluntary work. Aaj aaya ki nahi aaya, gaya ki nahi gaya. No, that should not be the case. Then you have to work with all your might. Now, the second indispensable quality after initiative is striving after perfection. There is an exquisitely beautiful way of doing things which makes divinity to shine through our work. That is the necessity of efficiency in our work. But efficiency is only one of the elements. There are other elements too. If we wish to produce the perfection in our work, they are beauty, harmony, proportion, love, cooperation, compassion, gratitude, and many, many more. Those who have developed intuition can still feel and understand intuitively what it is and how to strive after it. In our enthusiasm to see our work expand and bring tangible results, we are apt to overlook this element of quality and do things rather in slipshod way, which is never ever acceptable. It is only with the quality of our work we can stamp it with the impress of perfection and enable it to become vehicle of divine life. Brother Pradeep, please put the images of cupboards, library books, hall with pictures of elders of Blavatsky Lodge. Yes, now here you can see the Blavatsky Lodge, all so clean and well laid out chairs. Next picture, library books are also so well placed. This is our green room where we take our classes. It's a smaller room, and this is Dr. Annie Besant's statue on the stage of Blavatsky Lodge. So there is one picture with all the elders' president's photographs.
Okay, just a minute.
Never mind, take your time.
This is not.
Okay, never mind. Now I'll continue. But you see, we have in our Blavatsky Lodge, there are photographs of almost all the presidents who have worked for us, international presidents, I mean. And of course, it cannot be seen here because, oh, this is the lodge. This is the facade of our Blavatsky Lodge. Look at the building. What a heritage building we have. As it is good from outside, it is equally good from inside. Show the staircase, please. I have another picture of staircase.
No, you send only 5 pictures. These are the 5 pictures.
Oh, you haven't got the staircase? Doesn't matter.
No staircase, no president's speech.
Okay, doesn't matter. Anyway, this is the main Blavatsky Lodge, which we have to take care of because it is a heritage building. We cannot allow not only this Blavatsky Lodge, everywhere there must be such edifices. We must take care of them because they are not only the lodge, but they are the temples of worship. Now I will read. It is only with the quality of our work we can stamp it with the impress of perfection and enable it to become a vehicle of divine life. Therefore, cleanliness of the place, proper arrangement of our library books, decorating the walls with the photographs duly framed of our elder Theosophists hanging on the walls, regular dusting of the furniture, etc., are some of the aspects which need to be given attention to. So the very first impression of new entrant to the Theosophical Society will be a pleasant one. At certain places, we have huge imposing edifices which are considered to be heritage buildings, which you saw of Blavatsky Lodge. Utmost care must be taken to keep them in perfect condition, and the workers must realize that they are not mere structures, but they are the supreme temples of learning, and due respect be given to them. Now, the third indispensable quality of a worker is tolerance. The Theosophical Society is a vast organization spread all over the world, comprising people belonging to different nationalities, races, cultures, and faiths. Its members are working in almost all spheres of thought and activity, trying to throw the light of divine wisdom everywhere. Society thus brings into intimate relationship people having different temperaments and working in different fields of human endeavor, and it should not be difficult to see that for the harmonious working together of such diverse elements, the one quality which is most needed is tolerance. What lubricating oil does to the machine, tolerance does for a heterogeneous organization. It prevents friction, counteracts disruptive tendencies, and allows the working of the whole organism to function smoothly. There will be instances when we differ from one another, but we must recognize theoretically his right to think and act differently. But we should not keep grudge or contempt for the person who differs from our point of view. As we say, each to his own. Jane bhi do, don't worry, it does not matter. And we may say, we may agree to disagree. This tolerance will not create any contempt, but we will learn a lot from each other's point of view. The tolerance that we need implies a clear recognition that every soul is a divine origin and is unfolding its life in its own unique way, treading its own path, which must necessarily be different from our own. If we have to oppose others, we should do so without malice in our heart, in the spirit of an agent of the plan who has to carry out the dharma of his position as he sees it. Again, I will quote what Arjun has been told by Gita, which is a very known and very famous quote. Karmana vidvadikaraste ma phaleshu kadachan ma karma phalahetu bura ma te sangostava karmani. Everyone knows the meaning of this. कर्म करना है लेकिन फल के लिए नहीं, अपना धर्म और कर्तव्य समझकर. So we must follow this and do our duty in the best possible manner. Even if we see faults and even vices in others, we should not feel repulsion, but instead try to reach out to the divine life which is imprisoned in the undeveloped and uncontrolled bodies in a spirit of comradeship, and should make an endeavor to help our brother to get rid of the impediments. This attitude alone will help us to work together in perfect harmony. Now, the fourth indispensable quality is cooperation. As we are not merely a body of men and women sharing the vital truths of theosophy, but also a band of workers pledged to disseminate these truths far and wide and to bring about far-reaching changes in the modes of thought and outlooks prevailing in the world. Mere tolerance, necessary though it is not sufficient. What is wanted in addition is the attitude of active cooperation, the readiness and the capacity to work with people of all kinds of temperaments and modes of thinking in the pursuit of common goal. As we cannot choose our co-workers in place of work or office, but have to work with them. Similarly, here too, we have to cooperate with our co-workers as best as we can. Hence, the desire to give to our fellow workers all help, moral support, and cooperation is the best way we can bring best results in the work of our lodges and federations. But we must remember to be always ready to help where help is needed, and yet to have no desire to interfere. This is an attitude of mind not easy to acquire, but has to be acquired by every worker who wishes to qualify himself for the privilege of working under the guidance of the elder brethren. Dalai Lama once has said, I quote, "Love and compassion are not luxuries. Love and compassion are not luxuries, but they are the necessities. Wisdom is not possible without them." In the end, it will be appropriate to remember the oft-quoted words of Madame Blavatsky to the learner of Theosophy, which covers my whole speech. Behold the truth before you, a clean life, an open mind. This is the staircase I'm talking about. See how majestic the whole thing looks. And a big portrait of our Dr. Eddie Besant really is the hero which can be seen from. So this is the way we have to keep our lodges, buildings, even if it is a small flat, but see how wonderful it looks like. Thank you very much, Brother Pradeep, because this is one thing I really love of my Blavatsky Lodge. And I'm sure everyone will love it. So now I will again.
That is the picture you want to show.
No, this is that one which you gave about, and this is the green room where we study, our classes are held. But there is still one picture where the photographs of all the, doesn't matter, sir, doesn't matter.
Huh? Not sent to
okay, you have given, you please put the Blavatsky halls, I mean this staircase picture. It really, this is also very good. This is also very good. It gives me more impetus to speak. So now I will again speak what I have said. In the end, it will be appropriate to remember the oft-quoted words of Madame Blavatsky to the learner of Theosophy, which covers my whole speech. Behold the truth before you, a clean life, an open mind. a pure heart, an eager intellect, an unveiled spiritual perception, a brotherliness of all, a readiness to give and receive advice and instruction, a loyal sense of duty to the teacher, a willing obedience to the behest of truth, once we have placed our confidence in and believe that the teacher to be in possession of it, a courageous endurance of personal injustice, a brave declaration of principles, a valiant defense of those who are unjustly attacked, and a constant eye to the ideal of human progression and perfection, which the sacred science depicts. These are the golden stairs, up the steps of which the learner may climb to the temple of divine wisdom. Amen. Thank you. Thank you, everybody. If anyone has any question or any discussion to do on this, the floor is open.
Anyone
It's
like
so
to?
wonderful. It's so wonderful and it's so beautiful. And it is very good tricks. Namaskar.
Thank you, Sister Aban Patel, Bhagwan Bharwan from Karachi, Pakistan.
Thank you
Namaste.
very much.
Namaste.
Namaste.
Abanji, it was really wonderful, as usual, very detailed and perfect.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
If you
Thank
have
you,
anything,
Sister Aban Patel, for such a good presentation, so detailed, and this has given us a touch to Theosophy again. Thank you.
you all are seasoned Theosophists. I need not say so many things to you, but Taral Bhai, this
Ji.
topic would be very good for the youngsters whom you are gathering around, and they will be there in good numbers. I think I will speak this again.
Sure, we are most welcome.
Yeah. Anyone else?
Thank you. Any question?
Sister, I have one question. How the Zoroastrian is in tune with the Theosophy?
Sorry?
Oh. How Zoroastrianism is in tune with Theosophy?
Very much. Who is asking this question?
This is a very senior member, Basaparaja Reddy from
Sir, please start your video.
video. Basaparaja, he has some
Yes.
difficulty. Anyway.
Oh, I will tell you the answer to this question. It is a very interesting one.
Yeah.
So your question is, how is Zoroastrianism related with Theosophy, correct?
Yeah.
I have done a very detailed talk for Ohio, California's lodge on Zoroastrianism. And there from the, some noise is coming in
Yeah,
background.
we'll see.
Please kindly mute your all microphone except the speaker. Yes, thank you.
I'm doing it, sir.
So there I have done the talk in connection with Theosophy, but I will give you a small answer because since you have asked this question, when our Dr. Annie Besant was very much interested in all the religions of the world, and she had studied all the famous religions, and one of them was Zoroastrianism. Zoroastrianism also believes in karma, also believes in reincarnation. Of course, there are certain schools of thought, they may not believe in that, but slowly and gradually, by coming in contact with the younger generations, Hindus and Christians and all others, they have started believing that there is something like rebirth. And unless and until we try to do our job perfectly well and sow the seeds of goodness, we cannot get anything otherwise. Accordingly, we connect Theosophy with Zoroastrianism to a great extent. And Annie Besant has profoundly studied these books, and there is a special book of each religion, and so also with Zoroastrianism. So, it is very much connected with this. And we also follow Humata, Hukhata, Huvarashta. Good thoughts, because the thought is the main thing which develops our speech. And if our speech are good, if our thoughts are good, automatically our speech will be good. And if our speech is good, our action also will be good. So Humata, good thoughts, Hukhata, good words, and Huvarashta, good action. I can tell you this much because it will otherwise take full 1 hour to explain the whole thing.
Thank you, sister.
Thank you, sister. Thank you very much.
It's my
Yes.
pleasure. Anyone else?
Anyone else? Anybody? Any question or one can add anything? Professor C.A. Sindhe.
Thank you, Aban. Thank you, Aban. Very nice. What I can judge from your lecture is you are really dedicated, committed member of the Theosophical Society. You have not only given so many instructions what to be done according to theosophical work, and also you have shown how beautifully kept the Blavatsky Lodge in Mumbai.
Yes.
It is a heritage building. All those are very inspiring, and you are giving good direction to the youths through such lectures. Thank you very much for your very nice talk.
Thank you very much. आपका ये शब्दों से हमें बहुत strength मिलता है. We really get good impetus when a person of your stature appreciates. Thank you, sir. Thank you very much.
Brother Narayanji, our treasurer of Indian section. Thank you. Kindly unmute, sir. Sir, you unmute yourself.
Yeah, I was just thanking Madam for an excellent lecture on this. And I saw the Blavatsky Lodge also, the staircase and the animation.
Yes.
It's a living thing. Very good. Very good. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. It was my desire that those who have not visited Blavatsky Lodge personally can at least see on the screen here.
Yeah.
And this is one of the good points of COVID-19.
Yeah.
Yes, Mazavir, Sister Mazavir, have you got to say something?
Aban, congratulations and many thanks from Bombay Theosophical Federation, Blavatsky Lodge, and Shanti Lodge. You have shown us the way we should prepare us to serve and live and serve Theosophy for the good, not only for the Theosophical brethren, but also for humanity around us. And thank you for sharing Blavatsky Lodge with brethren around the world. It's a premier lodge, and may through this photo, the magnetism of this divine temple founded by of which the foundation was laid by Arundel and the opening was by Annie Besant. This is the hall from which Dr. Annie Besant has given many talks. So may this magnetism inspire our brethren around the world. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you,
Blavatsky
sister.
Lodge.
Thank you.
It would not be an exaggeration if I say that Blavatsky Lodge is the baby of Mr. and Mrs. late Mr. Dalal and Mrs. Dalal Mahasaver. They have taken so much care and they have been always there whenever the need is. Thank you, Mahasaver sister, very much.
Thank you, Aban, for remembering late brother Rustam.
Yes, we do remember him at every step. And now,
thank you. Sister Aban, just to congratulate you on my behalf also. Your talk has been very, very thought-provoking. And since during this pandemic, 4 or 5 of us are actually personally attending to the lodge work, we may need one more lecture from you on this aspect so that we can further streamline our work. And what I have realized is that when you plunge into the work and don't depend on the staff, things start getting improved. So now many of our procedures have streamlined, and I think a further attention is required, and therefore another detailed talk will be very useful from you for the Blavatsky Lodge only. Thank you very much.
But I must say, Brother Naveen has been a pillar of strength to us, because every time, whenever there is a class, he, being senior one also, sits as a student where I will be talking. It makes me really feel so small, but still he has been always helping, not only there, but for whatever little work that we are doing. Of course, during the pandemic 2 years, our activities have been shortened to a great extent, but Naveen's help, personal help, is very much appreciated, not alone by me, but by all the members of Blavatsky Lodge. Thank you very much, Naveen Bhai. May God, Masters give you good health so that you can continue to do the work that you are doing. Now, Shikhar, I had seen Shikhar, Brother Shikhar's face here.
Yes,
thank you, Sister Abanji, and thank you for refreshing my memories of visiting Mumbai Blavatsky Lodge a couple of years ago. Nice to see Sister Mahasaver also. Nice to meet you all, and thank you most of all for sharing with us not just the words of the book, but also your invisible, infectious, inspirational energy. That while teaching, you yourself are so much passionate that is so much, it is transmitted beyond the words. So thank you so much for sharing with us that, and from all of us.
President Bombay Federation, Binayak Bhai.
Yes, thank you, Pradeep ji. It was an excellent, nice way to listen to Sister Aban Patel. And I will put that it's a master's work. The Theosophical movement, which we are part of it, it's a master's work, and masters get the work done through some of us. And they give an opportunity, they give us from where the thought comes. Many times we don't know also. And masters always put like, it was referred to some people like we have Brother Naveen Kumar, Brother Rustam Dalal, Mrs. Dalal, Shikhar Agnihotri, Pradeep Mahapatra. All these are the part of masters workers, I will say. And like we have the latest inclusion in us, the Brother Taral Munsi. He has been attending the meetings for many, many years, but now he has been taking interest in activities of the Theosophical Society also. So it's a master who inspires all of us, and they take care of their work. That's what I also believe and understand. Thank you very much.
I would like to thank you, Brother Vinayak. You have been also a great, great help to our lodge. Whenever, anywhere we said, we want some chief guest, and we call Vinayak from far off suburbs, Vinayak ji will be there. We thank you so much for your